There is a moment in every hard journey, a moment where the weight gets too heavy, where your legs give up, where you say, I'm done. And in that moment, quitting feels amazing. For 1 second, the pressure disappears, the stress vanishes. You feel light, free, like you can finally breathe. But what happens in the next second? What happens when the relief fades and you open your eyes to see what you just left behind? Today, I want to tell you a story about a man named Matteo. A story about the 1 second that feels good and the lifetime of regret that almost followed. Matteo was a carpenter, not a rich one, not a famous one, just a man who worked with his hands every single day. He lived in a small town at the foot of a mountain. His wife, Elena, worked at the local market, and his daughter, Lucia, was 7 years old. She had the loudest laugh in the whole town. Matteo's dream was simple. He wanted to build them a real house, not the tiny rented room they lived in with the leaky roof and the cold floor. A real house with a garden where Lucia could play. For 3 years, he saved. Every extra coin went into a metal box hidden in the closet. He worked nights, he worked weekends. His hands, they were covered in calluses, cuts, and scars. But every time he looked at Lucia, playing with her worn-out doll on that cold floor, he told himself, just a little longer. Then the letter came. Elena's mother had fallen very sick in the city far away. She had to go take care of her, and she had to take Lucia with her. There was no choice. Matteo couldn't go. He had to stay and work. He had to keep building that future. He stood at the rickety old bus station, watching his wife and daughter wave goodbye through a dirty window. Lucia pressed her small hand against the glass, and Matteo's heart broke. That night, he went back to the empty room. The same leisure than any storm. He opened the metal box, looked at the money. 3 years of pain. For what? The empty room? The next morning, Matteo went to work, but something was different. He picked up his hammer. It felt heavy. He looked at the wood. It looked like a prison. The days turned into weeks. The weeks turned into a month. Every night he came home to silence. Every night he called Elena, heard Lucia's voice getting quieter, like she was forgetting him. The passion, it died. One afternoon, his boss handed him a new project, a big house for a rich family. It was the opportunity he had been waiting for, more money, enough to finally build that dream. Matteo looked at the blueprints. He looked at his hammer, and he felt nothing. He walked out of the workshop. He walked past the town square. He walked until he reached the edge of the cliff overlooking the valley. He sat down, and he made a decision. I quit. Not just the job. He quit the dream. He quit the fight. He was tired of bleeding for people who weren't even there. He went home. He opened the metal box. He took the money out. He was going to use it to buy a bus ticket. He was going to go to the city. Forget the house. Forget the dream. He held the money in his hands, and for 1 second, it felt good. The weight was gone. The pressure vanished. He didn't have to be the hero anymore. He could just be a man going to his family. He closed his eyes and he breathed. Peace. That was the first second. Then came the second second. Matteo opened his eyes. He was still holding the money, but his eyes drifted to the corner of the room. He saw Lucia's old doll, the one with the missing button eye, the one she loved. She had forgotten it in the rush, and in that moment, something hit him hard. He saw the future, not the one he was running towards, the one he was leaving behind. He saw Lucia, 10 years older, asking Elena, Mama, why didn't Papa build us the house he promised? He saw himself, old and tired, sitting in a tiny city apartment, knowing he gave up 3 miles before the finish line. He saw the dream dying. Because he got tired, Matteo fell to his knees, the money scattered on the floor. He looked at his hands, the hands that had worked for 3 years, the hands that held his daughter when she was born, and he realized something. Quitting didn't remove the weight, it just changed it. The weight of the struggle was heavy, but the weight of regret? That was a mountain. He grabbed the phone. He called his boss. I changed my mind. I'll take the project. He worked like a man possessed. He worked through the night. He worked through the pain. He stopped counting the hours. He started counting the bricks. 8 months later, the house was finished. Not a mansion. A small, sturdy house with a red door and a garden. Matteo stood inside the empty living room. His hands were rough. His body was exhausted, but his heart, it was full. He took the bus to the city. He found Elena and Lucia in a small apartment. When Lucia saw him, she ran. She jumped into his arms. He whispered in her ear, "I want to show you something." He brought them back to the town. He walked them to the new house. He opened the red door. Lucia's eyes went wide. She ran from room to room, her laughter echoing off the new walls. Elena looked at Matteo, tears in her eyes. "How?" Matteo looked at his hands. "I almost quit," he said. "For 1 second, it felt good to let go. But then I saw her doll, and I realized the only thing worse than carrying the weight is dropping it and walking away. You see, quitting gives you 1 second of peace, 1 second of relief. In that second, you feel like you've won, but then the second passes, and in the silence that follows, you are left with the ghost of what could have been. Everyone wants to quit. The strong just quit after the victory, not before it. That weight you are carrying right now, that job that drains you, that relationship you're trying to fix, that dream that feels impossible, it's heavy, I know. But let me ask you something. When you imagine yourself 5 years from now, do you want to be the person who rested for a second? Or the person who built the house? The rope burns, the road hurts, the nights are long, but the red door, it's waiting. Don't trade a lifetime of "I did it" for 1 second of "I give up," because that 1 second of relief, it's a trap. And once you let go, picking it back up is 10 times harder, so hold on, just a little longer. The house is almost finished. Matteo learned that the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the weight of regret weighs tons. Today, wherever you are, I want you to look at your hands. Look at what you're holding on to. Is it heavy? Good. That means it's valuable. Don't put it down. If this story spoke to you, if it gave you the strength to hold on for 1 more day, please hit that like button. Share it with someone who is about to quit. They might need to hear this today. And don't forget to subscribe. We are here every week telling stories to remind you why you started. Thank you for listening.